Well, hi, everybody. Welcome. We're so glad everyone's here. My name is Kelsey, and this is, well, you can introduce yourself, actually.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Matt the Robot. I'm the co-host of CodeJoy.
Excellent. And we're really excited to present at SnapCon this year with a brand new thing that no one's ever seen before, which is remote robotics. There's a bit.ly link up there. And if you'd like to go ahead and type that bit.ly link in and join us on our website, you can view us through Zoom here, but we're going to kind of prompt everybody at a few different points to go ahead and join us on our bit.ly link up there. If you just type in bit.ly/321golf, that will get you on CodeJoy.Live. And you can also view this session live on CodeJoy.Live as well. But I'm going to go ahead and pop the camera up to me. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Glad everybody's here. We're going to have a super fun day during this presentation at SnapCon, doing some remote robotics together. So just a little bit about Matt and I. We are the co-founders of CodeJoy. CodeJoy, we are an online, we're a company that teaches coding and robotics online, but we are doing that because we're responding to a couple different problems that we've seen like out in the universe, in the industry. And that would be these two problems. Problem number one is that robots are often a limited resource. So a lot of schools that we work with, if they have access to robots at all, they often don't have very many of them. So we ask ourselves, okay, how could we teach robotics to kids who don't have robots? And then the second problem that we saw is that robotics teachers are also a limited resource. Teachers who feel that they have enough time, talent, and resources to be able to teach robotics well. If their school or your district has one of those folks at all, and you might be one of those people, you might only have one or a handful of teachers at your school who feel confident enough to teach robotics. So our other question was, how could we empower teachers to try new tools in the classroom? And so what we did was we developed a website, a system, so that we could teach kids block-based coding and robotics, even if they don't have a robot. So that during our sessions with students, the students that join us on our website, as you guys are doing now, hello to Jim, John, Jadga, and Georgia, a lot of J names actually. So that students who join us on our website can code, they can send their code to us, and their code controls our robots remotely. So no matter where you are in the world, and we know that SnapCon is an international conference, so no matter where you are in the world, you can control our robots in real time. So all we'll need you to do is type in this bit.ly link that's up here in the corner here, and we've also put it in the chat, and that will get you to CodeJoy.Live. You'll go to this link, you'll type in your name, and you'll click Join Classroom. And what you can do there, and for those of you that are there, hello on CodeJoy.Live, I'd keep us muted on CodeJoy.Live for now, because our sound is going to be coming through Zoom as well. But what students can do on CodeJoy.Live is they can see us, they can hear us, they can chat to us, as some of you have been doing on CodeJoy.Live already. Matt the Robot, have you seen some chats come in?
Well, no one's actually chatted yet, but
okay.
I have said hi to a few of our participants. Jadga says, hey, Jadga. How's it going? G says, hi, Matt. Jim says, hi, Matt. Hello. So great to have you all here.
Excellent. So the students can chat with us. They can see us, hear us. They can't see each other. We can't see them. And they can't chat to each other. All the student chats are private to really lock that down and keep everyone safe. But also they can write code and send that to us through our website. And as we've been teaching this over the last couple years, when everybody went virtual, we had already been virtual for a couple months. That is what our company is built around. But something that we noticed was to keep kids engaged, and to especially reach underserved kids, it really helped to have something to connect to. So we have little characters and little stories. The first character you just met is Matt the Robot. Matt the Robot, do you want to tell him what your job is down there in your studio underneath my kitchen sink?
Sure thing. So it's my job to read all the chats that come in. So anything that you type, I can read. And this serves a couple functions. One, it's an engagement strategy for our students, so that they could engage with us in more ways than just coding. And then also it sort of filters the chat. So kids could say whatever they want in the chat. And I am the only one that reads it. And it's my job to elevate the chats that are going to be useful and ignore the ones that are not going to be terribly useful.
That's right. Matt is one character that you'll see in this little presentation, but we're basically going to do one of our student sessions for you guys. So if you're with us on Zoom, but you haven't joined us on CodeJoy.Live yet, make sure you put in this bit.ly link, go to this website, type in your name and click join classroom, because that is how you'll be able to code with us today. But if for whatever reason you can't join us here, that's totally fine too. You can just stick with us here on Zoom and use the chat feature there. You just won't be able to code along with us. But we wanted to share with you and show you how we've engaged. I think we're up to about 12,000 students in the past couple years and about 3,000 teachers in the past 2 years with coding and robotics, even if they don't have access to robots. So we're going to do a session for you called Robot Mini Golf, where our robots are going to be playing mini golf and you're going to help them. So whenever you're ready, Matt, you can go ahead and start the session.
All right, starting Robot Mini Golf right now.
Elby? Elby, hey! I don't know what has you so distracted today, but we've got some friends at SnapCon we're ready to present to. Man, what's with him today? Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. I am so glad you're here. My name is Kelsey Derringer, and I'm going to be your teacher today while we learn about coding and robotics. We're going to teach you guys how to code. Now, I know you guys are adults, but we're going to kind of run this. You can put on your kid hat today. You can watch this through the eyes of your inner child while we do some coding and robotics today. We're going to teach you how to code, and your code is going to help us play some robot mini golf. Now, there are a couple of robots that you should know today. One of them is my friend Elby, Littlebot. He lives behind my wall back there, but there's another robot. He's the director of our show, and he's coming to us live from underneath my kitchen sink. It's Matt the Robot. How's it going, Matt the Robot?
It's going great. Kelsey, how are you today?
I'm doing awesome. Do you want to kick things off in the chat, Matt?
Sure thing. So we're going to start things off in the chat with a question for everybody. As you know, it is my job to read the chat, so anything that you type in the chat, I could bring into the show. The first thing I'd like to bring into the show is answers to this question, and the question is, what is your favorite sport? What is your favorite sport? Go ahead and type that in the chat, and I will bring it into the show.
That's right. So whether you're with us on CodeJoy.Live or you're with us on Zoom, tell us in the chat, what is your favorite sport? Now, this is really important. This is a highly participatory show, or session, basically. It doesn't work unless you guys play with us. So we hope that you guys are down to play. So type in the chat, either on CodeJoy.Live or on Zoom. What's your favorite sport? Favorite sport to watch? Favorite sport to play? What are they saying, Matt?
Well, John enjoys hiking, and Jim says, clearly, mini golf is my favorite sport, because, well, Jim's here. Makes perfect sense. So I'm glad we got some sports fans here.
We got some answers on Zoom, too.
Oh, we did. Oh, wonderful. Squash, that's from Jodga. And then we have soccer and then cricket from Georgia. All right. Sprinting as well. Wow. That's I think the first time I've seen sprinting on here. So Yeah, a lot of sports fans.
Very athletic group. And just to let you know, Ugo Chukwu, you can definitely chat on CodeJoy.Live too. So you can chat here on Zoom, or you can send chats through CodeJoy.Live. We can see them there too. So either place, wherever you're more comfortable. Normally students are with us only on CodeJoy.Live. You guys get a little bit more because you're here on Zoom. But I'm glad we've got a sporty group here today because you guys are going to help us play some robot mini golf. So let me go see if Elby is ready to get started. Hey, Elby, you ready to play some golf? Elby. Hey, what has you so distracted today? Oh yeah, that is a very nice looking prize kazoo, but it looks like in order to win it, you actually have to score a hole-in-one. So are you ready to play? Yes? Okay. All right, everybody, let's head over to our first mini golf hole. So when we arrive at that first hole, we're going to investigate the obstacle that we find there, and then you guys are going to help Elby score a hole-in-one with some code.
Oh no. The unfair way? I've heard of this mini golf course. I've got a very bad feeling about this.
Matt, you're such a worrywart. It's going to be fine. Let's take a closer look. Okay, I no longer think this is going to be fine.
Yeah, this place is a total scam. I don't think it's going to be possible to get a hole-in-one on any of these obstacles.
No, totally. Did you guys see how fast that thing was moving? This place looks completely unplayable. Elby, are you sure you wouldn't play mini golf here? Okay, well, here's how we play robot mini golf. Do you guys see that little green hill in the middle of the screen? Well, later on, we're going to give you live control of that hill so that you can actually aim around and try to line up your shot. And then when you're ready, you can even hit the ball. Looks good, Elby. Go for it. You can do it. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is a really old mini golf course. I think these obstacles are just running old code.
Oh, well, hey, if these obstacles have code, code controls robots. So if we want to change the robots, all we need to do is change the code. So this is how we're engaging the students, right? We're bringing it in through this story. But now it's time to do the actual coding. So if you are with us on CodeJoy.Live, if you've gone to that bit.ly link we put in the chat, then you're probably on the tab at the top that says Home. Head over to the next tab that says Obstacle 1. You'll see your video and chat along the top, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see this. This is the code that's controlling that first obstacle, that windmill. So let's figure out what this code is doing here. It says on start, rotation servo 100. Well, what's a rotation servo? A rotation servo is a motor. Looks like this. So it's a little motor like so, and it spins. The top of it rotates, spins like that. And whatever you put on the top of it, like say the blades of a windmill, those will also spin. And you can control how fast or slow a rotation servo goes with a percentage. So yeah, at the unfair way, they have set this to 100% speed, which, as we've seen, is too fast. So we want you to help us slow it down. Type a number, any number, just something smaller than 100, something a little slower so that we can make this unfair way a little bit more fair. And then click Send Code. That will send your code to us so that we can try it on our robots. Matt, have they sent in some code?
Oh, you bet. These codes are coming in so fast I could hardly keep up.
Excellent.
Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. Oh boy. Hey, we've got a great code here from Jodga, and I think it's going to teach us a lot.
All right, Jodga, let's see what we've got. Jodga suggested 56%. Great thinking, Jodga. Let's try it out. Okay, there's the actual robot. We're going to stop the old code. That was 100%, and start the new code. That's 56%. Ooh, that is really interesting. Tell us in the chat, guys, did you see a change at all when it went from 100% to 56%? Speak up. Tell us in the chat. Did you see it change at all when it went from 100% to 56%? What are they saying, Matt?
John noticed a very small change.
Yeah, a little bit. It went a little bit slower. I like that. A little slower is good. That is progress. We're slowing it down. This is great. Let's try some other codes, Matt. Maybe we can slow it down even more.
Hey, we've got a code here from John that I think is going to be great.
Okay, John, what do you think we should do? Okay, John thinks we should go 0%. If we want it to be easy, that's a great call. Let's try it, John. Okay, we're going to stop the old code and start the new code. And there it is, folks. Don't adjust your screens. That is what 0% looks like. What do you notice? Again, tell us in the chat. What do you see happened when we set it to 0% speed?
Jodga was noticing, well, it stopped, but it matters where it stops, right?
Yeah.
Georgia noticed that this just became the fairway.
Yeah, the very, very fairway. What do you think, Elby? Do you like this one? Well, yeah, you like it because it's stuck open. That's great. Good thing it's stuck over there, because if it had stuck right down in front of it, that would be really, really hard. Okay, all right. We've done 56, we've done 0. Let's try a couple more, Matt. What's another one to take a look
We've
at?
got a great one here from the person signed in as G.
All right, G. I bet that's Georgia, but G. This one is for you. Okay, so we've got 14% speed. Great, let's see what that looks like. We're gonna stop the old code, start the new code, and there is 14% speed. What do you think, guys? Too fast, too slow, or just right? Tell us in the chat. Too fast, too slow, or just right? What do you think?
Well, John was noticing that it was very slow, or it was stopped before, so very slow might be better.
Yeah.
John now believes that this might be a touch too fast.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. What do you think? It's up to you guys. It's your session. So what do you think? Is 14 too fast, too slow, or just right?
Margot would like to see what 8 looks like.
Oh.
And Margot, you're welcome to go to obstacle 1, type in 8, and then select send code. And that'll send that code to us.
So Margot, if you want to send in code, go to the tab at the top that says obstacle 1, scroll down so you find this, and then type in the number 8 and click send code. And then we'll try out 8%. That's how you can send us code. This looks, that would be pretty interesting, I bet. Now Floria says it looks just right. What do you think? Should we try one more, Matt?
Sure. Let's go ahead and give a look.
I'll let you pick it. You're
Sure.
the code robot.
Yeah. Well, Jim had selected 5, not quite Margot's 8, but it might tell us a little something.
Okay, great. Okay, Jim, you sent in 5% speed. Great. Okay, that might be a little slower than 14. Let's see. Okay, we're going to stop the old code and start the new code, and look at that. Again, no need to adjust your screens. That is what happens at 5%. What do you see? Tell us in the chat. What did 5% do? Did it do what you thought it would do? 5%.
John says 5 is stopped.
Yeah, it is.
It says that's servos for you.
Right, that is servos for you. You're totally right, Jim. Who are you who are so wise in the ways of servos? Yes, it turns out we misled you a little bit when we said you were controlling the speed of the rotation servo. That's not quite right. What you're actually controlling is the power that you send to the servo motor. And as it turns out, 5% power is not enough to overcome certain things like friction and weight, because that windmill over there is a little bit bigger than this one. So 5% power was not quite enough to get it moving. 14 was, 5 wasn't. So I wonder if we can find something a little more than 5 to get it moving. Last one, Matt. Can you find one more code for us to try out that will get it moving again?
Let's see what we've got here. All right. All right. All sorts of different options. Margot, I see your 8.
You got it. You sent it in. Anybody else? And you can also resubmit code too. Can you pick a number that's bigger than 5 but lower than, I guess we were at like 14 there. Yeah. Anybody else want to try it?
Yeah, well, we got Margot's 8.
Okay.
So we might as well try that.
Sure. Let's try Margot's 8%. This is yours, Margot. You sent it in. You got it. Let's try this one. We'll stop the old code. We'll start the new code. And 8% is not quite enough to get it moving either. Okay. Here's the challenge. We need a number that is bigger than 8. I need a number that's bigger than 8 to get it moving. That's what we know so far. Usually we only take like 3 here, but you know, we're having a good time. Right. Got one, Matt?
Yeah, Margot resubmitted her code and has submitted 11.
What do you think? Okay, 11. Cross your fingers, everybody. Cross your toes, cross your eyeballs. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try 11% Stop the old code, start the new code, and there it is, folks. We Goldilocks it. That is 11% speed. What do you think, Elby? Not too fast, not too slow, just right? I think so too. Awesome. Okay. Well, that was a very thorough exploration of what rotation servos do. Great. So now we get a golf on it. We made it fair. So let me go ask Elby if he's ready to golf. What do you think, Elby? You ready to do some golfing? No, but we're here because you want. Okay. Why not, Elby? Oh, totally. What was I thinking? Yeah, instead of Elby doing the golfing, we should let you guys golf. So let me show you how to do that. On CodeJoy.Live here, you're probably on that tab that says Obstacle 1. Head over to the tab that says Let's Putt at the top. Go to the tab that says Let's Putt, and then can you find that little yellow button that says Volunteer? It's got a hand on it. Hit that button. So go to the Let's Putt tab and click the yellow volunteer button. And that is how we're going to choose one person to have live control of that putter and actually golf. So I'll come down to you, Matt. Will you pick our first golfer today?
Certainly. Ugochukwu, why don't you take control?
All right, Ugochukwu, you have live control. So all you have to do to golf, it's a 3-step process. Let me show you this, but everybody else pay attention because you might be next. So, to move the putter, step 1, Ugochukwu, is to move the little slider bar. Step 2 is to click Move Putter. That's what will actually move the hill. So you'll slide this and then click Move Putter, and then slide this and then click Move Putter. That's how you aim. And then once you've got it all aimed up to hit the ball, you just click Putt. That's step 3. So, Ugochukwu, it is your job to get a hole-in-one. And the rest of us, it's our job to cheer them on. So tell us in the chat, what do you think? Can Ugochukwu do it? What do you think, Elby? Do they have what it takes? Yes. And Georgia says, no pressure. So yep, move that little slider bar and then click Move Putter. And then you should see the putter move. But let us know if you're having any troubles. Oh, here we go. There you go, Ugochukwu. Now you've got live control. Sorry, I don't think I'd done it before. Accidentally undone it. So now you've got live control. Move that slider bar and click Move Putter. And everybody else, let's get some words of encouragement going in the chat. Jogda sent you a, ooh, there you go. Nice. Here, I'll just reach through the hole here. You found that putt button, that's what controls there you go. Try again. Move that slider bar and then click Move Putter. There you go, nice, you're doing it.
Margot says, you can do it. John's suggesting that you aim at the windmill.
Oh, so close, so close. That's all right, we have a pretty good ball return. Here we go, because our studio is lopsided. There you go. All right, Ugochukwu. Try it again. Yep, little adjustments, little adjustments. You can also click the little arrows if you want to just move a little bit.
Florio was wondering if the slider bar is in degrees. Yes, it is. That's exactly it.
Great guess.
Jodga says, go, go, go.
Ooh, so close, so close. Elby says, no, be nice, Elby. All right, you got this, Ugochukwu. Another little adjustment, maybe a little to the left. You got it.
You could always use those arrows too if you just want to make incremental movements.
Mm-hmm. So close. Oh man. Man. I also don't know where in the world Ugochukwu is, but wherever he is, we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you are controlling a robot live right now.
John saying, ooh, maybe a touch too far, unless you're going for a bank shot.
Yeah, look at that. Amazing, wonderful job. Woohoo! A round of applause. People are sending you party emojis on Zoom. I bet, and the chats are coming in. What do they think of this performance, Matt?
Oh, they're going nuts, Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu himself says, fantastic. John says, nice. Margot says, yeah. And then Georgia sent you a drum emoji and a target emoji. Great job, Ugochukwu.
Fantastic. All right, you know, I'm excited. Everybody here is excited. Do you know who's the most excited? That's right, Elby. All right, we won a prize. Let's go get your kazoo. Score a hole in one. Win. Hold on, wait, what? Times 2? What? Oh my gosh. This really is the unfair way. That is terrible. Well, tell you what, buddy, don't worry, because this is a mini golf course. So all we need to do is head to the next mini golf hole and try to get another hole in one there. We got this, guys. All right, I'm feeling really good about this one, guys. It can't possibly be worse, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, no, this one does indeed seem worse because it has teeth. But again, we don't need to be scared of robots, right? Because if we want to change the robots, all we need to do is change the code. So let's learn how to do that for this obstacle. So you're probably still on that tab at the top that says Let's Putt. Head over to the Obstacle 2 tab at the top. You'll see your video and chat along the top, and then scroll down and you'll find this code. This is the code that's controlling that crocodile. So let's take a moment to understand this one. It looks a little different from the last code, right? So it says forever, so whatever we put in here, it's going to repeat it over and over again. Forever, it says position servo, pause. What's a position servo? Why does this one look different? Well, a position servo looks like this. It's another little motor. It looks very similar to a rotation servo, but the position servo moves a little bit differently. As I spin the top of it with my fingers, do you notice that it doesn't keep spinning around all the way? That's because a position servo is controlled with angles. So the way you control a position servo is with angles. So you could set it to like 0 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, all the way to like 180 degrees usually, and it'll go to whatever angle you set it to. Now, in terms of our crocodile here, the crocodile can go anywhere from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. We have it limited because if we go past 90 degrees, the crocodile tends to break its own head off. Not ideal. So we're going to go anywhere from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. Let's see what they have set it to at the unfair way. Okay, we've got 0 degrees and 15 degrees. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so 0 degrees is closed. 15 degrees is a little bit open, but not that much open. So that's the first thing that we should probably tackle is these angles here. Can you change these angles? You can put any number from 0 to 90. There's no wrong answers here, just different angles. That's the first thing we want you to change. Change up your angles here. Anything from 0 to 90, just make sure one of them's bigger than 15, okay? All right, so that's one thing. But there's another thing that's making this difficult to play against, and it's these pause blocks here. They say pause, MS, and then a number. That's because a pause block tells a robot how long to do a command for before it moves on to the next command. So basically, how long should I be at 0 degrees? How long should I be at 15 degrees? And we can see that it's set to 2,000 and then 200. Well, there are 1,000 milliseconds in 1 second, so that means it's going to stay at 0 degrees for 2,000 milliseconds, or 2 seconds, and then it's going to stay at 15 degrees, but just for 200 milliseconds. That's 0.2 seconds. So that's a very short amount of time to be open. 1, 2, 0.2, 1, 2, 0.2, 1, 2, 0.2. So that's the other thing we want you to change up as well. Change up your pause blocks so that it's open long enough for us to actually get the ball in there. You can put any number in there from 0 to 5,000. And remember, there's 1,000 milliseconds in 1 second. So 5,000, that's just 5 seconds. But change up your angles, change up your pause blocks, and then click that Send Code button. That will send your code to us so that we can try it out. Are there codes coming in, Matt?
You bet there are. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few of them here.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Margot, I see your code. Let's go ahead and take a look at Margot's code.
What's Margot up to? Okay, we've got 30 degrees and 90 degrees for a half second and 5 whole seconds. So let's try it out, Margot. All right, I'm going to stop the old code. It's going to reset itself. And now Here's your code, Margot. 30 degrees and 90 degrees. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job, Margot. That made this game playable. That is so totally awesome. Way to go. Wonderful job. Okay, so that's one code, but there's a bunch of codes that have come in, Matt. So you did it, Margot. You made it playable, but let's try another one. Who should we take a look at next?
Let's go ahead and take a look at John's code.
All right, John, what you got? 0 degrees, so it's going to close it. 60 degrees, it should be nice and open with a ½ second and a 1.5 second pause. Let's try that out, John. Okay, I'm going to stop the old code and start the new code. There's 60 degrees. Yep, a second and a half. Half a second and a second and a half. Half, 1.5, half, 1.5.
It's a great code.
Yeah, totally solid, John. Nice work. What do you think, Elby? You like it? Me too. All right, maybe we can try one more. So there's so many codes that have come in. I want to try them out, you know? Gotta play them all.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jodga's code.
Okay, Jodga, let's take a look at yours. 0 degrees and 45, so it's going to close. It's going to open, maybe not quite as much as the 60 degrees, but it'll be closed for ½ a second and open for 2 seconds. Let's try it, Jodga. Let's see what it looks like. All right, going to stop the old code and start the new code. Nice. 1, 2, ½ a second. 1, 2. Nice job, Jodga. That looks great. What do you think, Elby? Are we ready to golf? Yep, we're ready to golf on it. Awesome. Thanks to everybody who sent in code just then. Nice work. Let's do some golfing. We need another golfer. So everybody head back over to Let's Putt and find that yellow volunteer button. Looks like this. So go back to Let's Putt and click the yellow volunteer button, and we'll get one more golfer in there today. Now I had put everybody's hands down, so you got to go back. Go to the Let's Putt tab and click the yellow volunteer button, and we'll pick our second golfer today. All right.
Just waiting for a volunteer.
Yep.
If anyone wants to golf, go ahead and hit that yellow volunteer button. Hey, John, we see your hand. Why don't we go ahead and give John control?
All right, John. John, we have just given you live control. So a quick refresher on how to golf, John. Move the slider bar, click move putter, do that over and over again to aim, and then when you've got it lined up, click putt. And everybody else, just like Jodga's doing, let's cheer John on in the chat on Zoom or on CodeJoy.Live, either place. What do you think? Is John made of the right stuff? What do you think? Elby thinks you got it.
We see John testing the extremes of the servo.
Yep. We've got our golf announcer voices on.
Jodga says John can definitely do it.
Oh, so close, John. Here, I'll reach in and I'll reset that ball for you. Your aim looked good. Let's see. Yeah! Amazing job! Round of applause. You know, he waited for a shot. It's kind of like jump rope. He jumped right in there and got it. That was awesome. I bet the chat is just exploding. What are they saying, Matt?
Ugochuku says, wonderful! Jodga gives you a whoop whoop. And Georgia says, bravo.
Bravo! I agree. All of our friends here at SnapCon are so excited. We did it! We did it! We did it! You know who's the most excited? That would be Elby. That's right, buddy. All right, let's go get your kazoo. Oh no, I forgot. Elby can't catch. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just reach in there and see if I can help him out. Let me see if I can just reach that kazoo in there. It's gotta be somewhere around here. Somewhere. Ah, there it is. Got it. Got it. Okay, Elby, we got you your kazoo, buddy. Do you want to play us a song on your new kazoo? Yes. Okay, play us a song. Wow. Okay, yeah, that was wow, Elby, that was quite the performance from Elby. Yeah, Ugo Chukwu, I like the lyrics of that song as well. But yeah. It sounds like there are some great questions coming in. That is robot mini golf as a session. And so why did we put a fart joke at the end of our show? Because it's for kids. Our target age group for this is about 3rd through 8th grade. And we try to target kids with beginner to intermediate level experience with programming. And just, we like to show them, again, like what can you do with code? What is coding? What is robotics? You don't have to have a robot to understand that, because if you can understand what a rotation servo is and what a position servo is, and you can understand some fun things you can do with robotics, well, we see over and over again that that actually makes kids want to engage in robotics a bit more. So we're now just going to open it up to questions. So whatever questions you guys have about our process, our history, etc., we'll answer those, and we'll do that from our behind the scenes camera. So we can also take you closer up to anything you want to see. So we are now behind the scenes. Let me check in on the chat here.
And there was some chats, there was some questions from Zoom
Okay.
wondering about scheduling specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me check in. Georgia says, can't get my kazoo, Kelsey. No need, Georgia. We brought our own. Flora says, how does scheduling work? What is the scheduling required? Somebody else had asked that earlier too. Yeah, Floria. So the way that we schedule this is we will often work with like a school, an organization, a summer camp, something like that, and we do this on their schedule. So we do this at whatever time works for them, because we are an entire live television studio with a crew of 2. It's me and Matt here in our little studio. And we can do it at whatever time works for that person. So even internationally, we've done work with UNICEF in the past. We've had kids in like Saudi Arabia and Italy and Nigeria coding and controlling our robots. So whoever wants to work with us, we would love to work with you guys and bring robotics to more kids. Georgia says, kids would love this. Yeah, our average age, we target 3rd through 8th grade. And that's mostly just because of like, you know, the characters and the stories kind of appeal to that. But we've also done some work with high school as well. We worked with a group out in California that was all high school girls, and they actually really loved these sessions because the cute factor like really appealed to them. And then one of the follow-up projects they did, because they had robots, was they made their own little bots. So they made little like self-portraits basically, but robot self-portraits, which is kind of cute. What else? John says, oh, John Maloney. Hey, John Maloney.
Hi, John.
Glad you're here. That was great. It was like Sesame Street, but for coding, but better because it was interactive. How much do we charge for a classroom session? $300. That's it. They're 30 to 45 minutes. We have 9 different sessions. Robot Mini Golf is just one of them. Actually, if you want to see some of our other sessions, they're all packed up in boxes over there. And yes, that is a motorcycle. We're in a garage. That's where our studio is based out of. Although we're about to move into out of the garage in the spring. But Georgia says, I really love the cardboard schedule, or the cardboard puppets. Thanks. We really like to build robots out of things that are familiar to the kids. So we want you to be able to look at any of these things and be like, oh, that's a popsicle stick. Oh, that's just, I can see the corrugation. That's just cardboard with paint on it. Same with our little boxes. That's just literally cardboard boxes and tape. And I bet you can recognize what is in Elby's chest there, what component goes in there. Those, oh, maybe. That's just a microbit. So he's got a little oven door here. and that's just a microbit with a battery pack. We do that to help him feel a little bit more alive, you know, but he's just being coded. The robots, by the way, all of our robots are made out of a kit that is really popular in classrooms. They're all made out of this Hummingbird Robotics Kit. Have you guys ever used that before? You can let us know in the chat. Have you guys ever used the Hummingbird before? The kit itself is looks like this. It's got like it's got the motors, it's got the lights, it's got the sensors all together in there, and the kit is basically an extension board of the microbit. So start with a microbit, you add on a Hummingbird, and then you can plug in your motors, your lights, your sensors, all that jazz. So all of our robots are made with this kit. Because that's something that teachers and students in schools actually do as well, is they'll do a session with us, and then we have a follow-up activity that goes with each of these sessions. So for Robot Mini Golf, the follow-up project is this very dusty windmill. So all you need to make your own robot windmill is a box, something to cut with, a rotation servo, and a way to control it. So you don't have to use a Hummingbird kit. You don't have to use a microbit. If you've got a rotation servo, you can make a windmill project. John Maloney says the Hummingbird's a great kit, and it's got super good classroom materials. Awesome. Jadga says they've used the Hummingbird, but it's a little hard to get in Germany. That makes sense. They're based here in the U.S. So yeah, but yeah, you could use any kit that you like. And in fact, I'm going to put something in our chats here. On our website, we have a project write-up that goes with this. So if you guys want to check it out, if you want to make your own robot windmill, CodeJoy.org is our website. Here we go. So I'm going to put this link in both the CodeJoy.Live chat, in case anybody wants it. And I'm also going to put it on here as well. There you go. So yeah, that's kind of what our company does. We create projects to go with the shows that we create. We deliver those shows to classrooms. We also do professional development. So you've actually caught us on kind of a fun time. In the next 2 weeks, we will have taught 500 teachers this summer. So over the course of about 9 weeks, we've taught 500 teachers this summer. We taught Microbit, we taught Hummingbird, and we taught Finch. And these are teachers all over the United States. It was sponsored by Infosys and then with a grant in the state of Iowa. But we teach all of our professional development virtually as well. So we teach teachers who are by and large not coding teachers, not computer science teachers. They're like librarians, they're English teachers, they're social studies teachers. We teach them how to bring computer science and physical computing into their classrooms to help meet some of those state standards. So yeah, we do PD, student sessions, and we are resellers for hardware here in the States too. So yeah, if you guys want to know anything about that, if you guys would like to work with us with your school, we'd love to do that too. Or if you have any other questions for like me and Matt about our studio, our setup here, we can go anywhere we want because you're behind the scenes. How do the teachers sign up for summer sessions? For professional development, that was through the Infosys Foundation. Yeah. The Infosys Foundation, you can check them out. They are a nonprofit here in the US. Their sessions are ending now. That was June through August, but definitely check out Infosys. They always do a ton of great professional development for teachers, and we've worked with them in the past, and we got to work with them this summer too, so check them out. And then the other way that the teachers signed up, we were working with a STEM program at the state of Iowa, so they signed up through their own grant program. But we're also always looking for funders to help fund those big things, because we don't think teachers should pay for their own professional development. We think schools should pay for that. We think foundations should pay for that. We think your state or your country should pay for you as a teacher to get trained. So if you guys know of any large organizations that want to fund teacher professional development, that want to serve thousands of students, we're always seeking people who can fund stuff like that, because we don't think families and teachers should pay for this stuff. So we try to work at the larger like grant level, at the larger foundation level. Yeah. Yes, John Maloney, you're correct. Pathfinders is the name of that summer program, the Pathfinders Online Institute. Yep. And they do scholarships, exactly. Mark says, "Oh, I was waitlisted." Oh man, Mark, we're sorry to hear that. We did end up having a wait list for all of our sessions because we try to keep those professional development sessions to like 30 folks or fewer, just so that everybody can get troubleshooting and help and everything.
But we will run multiple.
But we will always, yeah, we'll always like run multiple sessions. Mark says, "I'd love to be involved with you guys next summer." Yeah, keep an eye out if you haven't yet. Visit our website, CodeJoy.Org, and sign up for our newsletter, because whenever we get that sort of big grant funding, we send out a newsletter. We don't send out a lot of newsletters. Really only when there's something fun coming up that you might be interested in, something fun, usually something free. Sign up for our newsletter, CodeJoy.Org. I'll put that in the chat as well. And then you can be up to date. If we are able to get another round of something going in the fall, we'll be sure to let you know. Georgia said, "Have you tried Google Education?" In what way? Like, is it I don't think we have. Like reaching out to Google Education.
No.
You know, we haven't. We don't have an in with them for funding. I see. You can get grants from them. Cool. We'll check them out. I'll write that down on my very sophisticated note-taking apparatus. We try to use materials that teachers and students find.
You can see all of our other notes right here.
This is my very sophisticated note system. This is how we immediately keep track of how many kids we served. You know, on that note of kids we served, we just got to talk to this woman today. Google Education. Thank you. Grants. Thank you. Man, we're trying to give you guys great resources, and you're giving us great resources. Thanks, guys. We're here to serve. We're here to serve, I swear. Thanks, though. Just like visioning this out, how can student sessions and professional development and a robotics kit and this little like project work together? Just to kind of zoom that out. So this summer we worked with a group called Voices Against Violence. Yeah. What's that?
Oh, camera one.
Oh, camera one, sure. This summer we worked with a group called Voices Against Violence. They're here in Pittsburgh. They serve youth who either their immediate family is incarcerated or like someone in their family has recently been incarcerated or experienced gun violence. So these are like at-risk youth. These are kids who don't often get access to robots. They're not allowed to touch that kind of stuff in their normal classroom lives. So what we did with them, they have a program this summer where they were working out of a community center. Their staff was actually mostly high school kids working their like summer jobs. And so we did a virtual training for them at the beginning of the summer. And we showed them how to use that Hummingbird Robotics Kit. We showed them how to build a couple of projects. And then we scheduled these classes with them. And so they had it separated, boys and girls. And so we taught the boys, and then the boys would come build a robot, and then we would do a CodeJoy session with the girls. So we'd do like robot mini golf, and then the boys would go build. And then we'd do robot mini golf again, and then the girls would go build. And so every single kid in that program built a windmill. And they were taught by high school kids because the process for building this windmill is super, super easy. And we have it step by step laid out on that PDF, on that printable lesson plan. And we just got a call back from them today saying that like the director, loved walking in the room and hearing us on the screen go like, "Oh, Anjali, great job with your code. You did it. You're a coder, Anjali." And then she'd go next door and she'd see Anjali building this robot and say, "Look at my robot." You know, like it was all of these components together. They used the kit, the instructors were trained to use the kit. They had a project idea with a write-up that went with it. The kids felt successful and saw what coding could be and that they could do it. And then they took those skills next door and built a robot. And yeah, this isn't the most complex robot in the world, but it's a great first robot for kids who maybe only think of BattleBots, or maybe only think of, I don't know, robots are coming to take over the world or something.
And perhaps one of the more important parts of that is that we didn't need to train, or we didn't need to teach those students directly, right? We trained the teachers, and that's how these kinds of programs could scale a lot more.
Absolutely. I know we're coming up near the end of our time, but we're here for any other questions that you guys have. We would really love to work with all of you to hear what you're doing. In fact, maybe in the chat, we didn't ask this at the beginning, kind of an oversight on my part, but maybe you can tell us in the chat, where are you coming from? It would be great to know kind of just where in the world everybody is. Are you in California? Are you in India? We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, personally. But how about you guys? Where are you coming in from? Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
John's in Massachusetts.
Georgia's in Melbourne, Australia.
Excellent.
Waldorf, Maryland. Welcome.
And Floria, I know you are not the only one. Lots of folks have been asking, like, how do we schedule? Just reach out to us. You can reach out to us, hello@CodeJoy.org, and we'll have a conversation and figure out when to do a session for you guys. We would really love to do a session. Yeah.
Margot is from Munich, Germany, and Ugochukwu was from Lagos, Nigeria.
That's
and,
amazing.
So you were our first golfer, Ugochukwu. So you were golfing from Nigeria.
That's right.
Yeah, but controlling our robot in real time here in Pennsylvania. Mark was
cool.
from Colorado Springs. Excellent.
Teaching high school computer science and cybersecurity. Man, that's the future of America right there. I mean, all of our kids are, but those kids are going to be running things.
And Würzburg, Germany. Welcome.
Excellent. Oh man, I'm so excited to see how many international folks we had here, coding, controlling robots, chatting, connecting. That's great.
So, Mark, to answer your question, the hope is that no teachers pay directly for the training. We don't we're not marketing directly to teachers. We tend to work with school districts, states, or large organizations that fund these kinds of programs.
Yeah. For example, we worked with another district in New Jersey, and they brought us in, and we did a CodeJoy session for every single classroom, kindergarten through 5th grade. So we had to kind of scaffold it down a little bit for the younger kiddos. But we did a session for every single kindergarten through 5th grader across the whole district. There were 7 different schools at this district. And I think we did in total like 187 sessions in total. And what was cool about that is that the teachers didn't have to know anything before we came in and did this session. They didn't have the robots there. The teachers didn't have to know anything. All the teachers did was they shared a link, like the bit.ly link. They shared that link with the kids. The kids joined in, boom. And then, but the teachers saw robotics in a way that they had not seen it before. And so at the end of each of those sessions, so the school district had hired us to come in and do these sessions. And at the end of each session, we'd say, hey, teachers in this New Jersey district, your district is sponsoring some free professional development for you this summer. Just fill out this form, and we'd send them that form right afterwards. We said, if you want to learn how to do robotics in your classroom, in your 2nd grade classroom, in your 4th grade classroom, just come to this training. Your district will provide the hardware, and your district has already paid for the training, so you get to come. Normally, if the district said, hey, there's some training this summer, you won't get paid to go, but you don't have to pay to go, but there you go. You'd get like 7 adults, maybe 7 teachers, 10 teachers. We had 77 teachers voluntarily sign up for this robotics training, these robotics workshops over the summer. And they were learning to use Hummingbird, Microbit, and Finch. And they got to choose which one they were interested in. And so at this district, we now have 77 teachers who have seen a vision for robotics and who voluntarily wanted to learn this, even though they're not computer science teachers, they're librarians, they're art teachers, they're 3rd grade teachers, but they saw what robotics could be and they said, I want to do that in my classroom. And I think even more importantly, they saw their kids do it. If we said, your 2nd graders can build robots, they might be like, not, maybe some 2nd graders, not my 2nd graders, but they saw them do it. Before they even did anything, they saw their kids engage, they saw how much fun they had. And their kids also pestered them for the rest of the school year saying, when are we going to get to make our own robots, And this year they are.
I think they also saw a vision of robotics that was a little bit different than they're typically presented with. These are not battle bots, right?
Right.
There's no competition here. No one's going to submit a wrong answer. Any number that you put in is correct. So it really helps to build a supportive environment in which to learn robotics.
Yeah, a vision for creative, collaborative, artistic robots, not destructive, taking our jobs, like whatever robots, right? This is a thing that kids can identify with and feel that they are the inheritors of. Thank you so much. John says 77 teachers is amazing. Lifelong learners, that's teachers. You're right, Georgia. We love teachers just for that reason. Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. You're one of our big inspirations. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've used Spheros before. We don't use them currently, but we're interested in expanding the robots that we teach, expanding the robots that we work with, and really just our company. We are next month. We are turning 3. We're about to be terrible 3-year-olds. Whatever. CodeJoy. Yeah, we were founded in the fall of 2019, and we launched officially in March of 2020, which was sort of a crazy time to launch a business, but worked out well because we're a virtual teaching company and everybody needed people who were good at that time, so that worked out. But yeah, we've had an amazing first 3 years and we're expanding massively. So we'd love to work with all of you, to work with your districts, to partner together. If you guys have ideas, please do reach out. And Matt, I wonder if you'd put this in the chat on Zoom and CodeJoy.Live as well. You can visit CodeJoy.org. You can reach out to us at hello@CodeJoy.org. If you want to schedule a student session, if you want to schedule 9 student sessions for your entire school year, let us know. We can do everything from a single session to really visioning out how robotics could look at your school or organization. Just let us know at hello@CodeJoy.org.
Wonderful. And Mark, to answer your question or to address your comment that you're putting together a low-cost summer program, we've got 9 sessions ready to go with 9 follow-up projects that could fill a summer program. Absolutely.
Excellent. And tell you what, just with our last couple minutes here, if you guys want us to reach out to you, feel free to put your email in the chat before we end our session today. We'll copy those down. So if you want us to reach out to you to start a conversation, feel free to put your email in the chat and we will reach out to you and say, hey, thanks for coming to SnapCon. We don't have another way to collect emails, so if you want us to bug you, we can do that.
And maybe in our last moment, Kelsey, if it's okay, since this is SnapCon, I think it probably makes sense to show Snap. If you want to go back to the NDI camera, Matt the robot, that character that was living under the sink, is all powered by Snap. So thank you to the Snap team for developing such a wonderful tool.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a cool system. So we don't always show this to the kids, but here's Matt's little hidey hole.
They're usually a little disappointed seeing the robot and then seeing me.
Like, what must Matt look like?
We tend to hide Matt.
Pretty normal looking dude.
Yeah, I have a little system set up here so I could hit these different buttons that sends the robot to different positions. But yes, this is all Snap powered. So would not happen without the team there in Berkeley.
Excellent. We'll give this back to you.
Yep.
Great. And then I'll come back on screen.
I switched the camera too early. Yeah.
Hi. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, if you, again, we're not going to end the session just yet, but we are going to give you our kind of like goodbye moment here. We always end all of our student shows like this, where we get to, because we really like to elevate what y'all have done here today. So just thank you. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. I hope you guys had a grand time at SnapCon at our session today. Thanks everybody for playing. Like, what an amazing job of playing today, everybody. We got some grown-ups to play, Matt. Did you see that?
Oh, I did.
What was your favorite part of working with this group?
Well, everybody here submitted code, which is so wonderful because this show literally cannot happen without your participation. So thank you so much for being brave, trying something new, submitting some code, and bringing our robots to life. We really hope to work with you all again in the future.
Excellent. I'm just copying down some some email addresses. Something that I'm really impressed with and proud of for you guys is just the quality of like ideas that we all had together, and just thinking about, you know, what could we do if we worked together with combining student sessions, robotics, like let's do a little bit of dreaming together, you know? So we're really excited. We hope that you reach out to us and we will reach out to you guys as well. So don't forget what we shared with you today. I hope that you email us at hello@codejoy.org. We hope you check out our website to check out some of those other sessions. And we hope that you also do fun and silly things with robotics. Thanks so much, everybody. We hope to see you all again soon. Bye.